Hi everyone, it's me and my Eclipse hat here to do a reading for you guys for this new moon, for this eclipse, to really harness the energies and ground and connect. And we have got a powerful reading ahead. I have chosen one tarot card and one rune, and they work together so freaking well. So I'm really excited about this reading, and it is what I'm feeling about this time. And there's a lot of hype and craziness online about this eclipse, and also it's exciting if you're in America or Canada, or you're able to view the eclipse again. Ireland, you can as well, some parts of Wales. You're getting the full eclipse in America, but that's an exciting thing to witness, and I really hope that you enjoy that energy and that power. And this reading, I hope, will benefit or give some guidance in how to work with these energies, which are a little bit crazy. We've got the sun in Aries, which is great, it's my birthday soon. You've got the moon in Aries, but you've also got the Mercury retrograde in Aries, and now, of course, the eclipse in Aries. And with all that combined, Aries is a sign of impulsiveness. It acts first, thinks later. There's not so much gentleness in that energy, especially when it gets very frustrated, which a retrograde will make it. And the eclipse brings a shadow. I've witnessed quite a lot of anger and road rage the last few days. So this reading is a bit of a balm maybe for it. Before I go into the reading, if you would like to have more readings, come over to my Patreon. We've got loads of readings and magic and stories over there, so do pop over. And also, if you want your own personal reading, you can go to my website and book it. Right, let's get rocking without further ado. The card that I have for us for this eclipse is the Hooded Man. As you can see, I'm working with the Wildwood Tarot, which is one that I absolutely love and connects to Robin of Sherwood, which I used to watch. I still do watch when I was little. I still do watch it now. And here, as the Hermit, you have the Hooded Man, Robin of the Hood. And you think, Laura, this is actually a very wintry card, considering here in the Northern Hemisphere, we are approaching Beltane. It hasn't felt that Beltane outside. We all can admit that, I think. But when we're talking about so much fire in the astrology, this is actually what is so needed. It is going within, it is inner power. It is the seeker of real wisdom, nobility. Nobility for me isn't having money and being born well. It is that quest for something higher, something more magical, powerful, and healing. And he has his lantern, as all hermits do, the inner light that guides through the dark. So he is guiding his he's using his inner light to guide others. So in the tarot, you have three magicians, I always say. The magician is the magician of outer manifesting. He's the one we know as a magician. Then you have the Hierophant, who is more like the priest, the one that puts in the magical order into life, into education, into how systems of magic can work. And then we have the Hooded Man, or the Hermit, which is the wild one. He's in all the movies. He's Merlin, he's Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's Gandalf, he's Odin. And we're going to come back to the Odin reference in a second. So this is the wise wild wanderer who is taking their inner wisdom, their journey. It is, if you know the Robin Hood myth, he's an outlaw because he takes from the rich and he gives to the poor. This is a very mature and deepening of that outlaw energy, that you live by your own rules, which are noble rules and powerful rules. And it's about really honouring and taking those steps of bravery and wisdom, and taking those steps thoughtfully. Look how he stands. I think we can all take on a little bit of this eclipse time. Whew, in his power. He's not out there partying. He's not hiding away in the very cozy looking house in the world tree. I would so be in that cozy house right now. Or making a snowman, but but he's standing there. He is channeling this inner wisdom. And the hood's an interesting one, isn't it? It protects us, it hides us from outside world, but it allows us to be of our true self while that's going on. And he speaks to the wren, who is the smallest but mightiest of birds, and they share wisdom. And that no matter how small the deed or how small you may feel in this time there is wisdom and help and support coming through, and it matters. So there's a deep inner winter, I think, today and at this time. And there is wisdom in going within, in rooting into the earth, whether you want to go and sit with a cuppa in the lovely tree, or you want to be out there and have a deep conversation with the hooded man, or you want to walk as the hooded man, going into the woods, finding your own path and your own wisdom. And the feeling with this is that he has cultivated this inner knowing, and he is sharing it with those who will listen. And so the rune that I have for us is Manas. I absolutely love how these two are together. Even the colours, go around. Even the colours are the same, very similar. And Manas, here we go. I think we've had it on our readings before. Manas is in the third ayat, so it's in the last journey, the last part, which often represents a lot of spiritual work has already been done. It is a rune of maturity. Again, it's nobility, it's sovereignty. It is the rune of man, meaning human, not gender specific, just humans. And what it is that people, we can slag off people till the cows come home, and I often do, not individual people, just how people act en masse. But actually there are gifts, and there is magic, and there is lightness within people. There is analytical mind. There is a way of working through problems, of remembering, of bringing things to the surface and creating new ways of thinking. And it's a really powerful energy of the honor and the nobility of man. It's Odin's rune as well, one of Odin's runes, and this for me is super Odin and his wild wanderer through the worlds seeking wisdom. And so this is very much a Odinic energy. And also, more specifically, is Hugin and Munin. You can see the beaks there, like the two beaks meeting in the middle. And Hugin is thought, is the active raven of thought. And Munin is the raven of memory, of diving deep into the deep ancestral treasures and bringing them together. And as we mentioned, this feeling of the great inner work is wonderful for ourselves, it's wonderful for our own journey, but the nobility, the power, the sovereignty comes in walking that talk, in sharing that wisdom, in how we connect with others, and even in how we turn up in the world. There's a meeting of greatness potentially coming through, but we're going to have to go through, we have to walk out in the snow, we're going to have to go through a little bit of that hearing the truth. When we go to hear wisdom, we don't just hear the fluffy stuff, do we? We have to hear all of, knocking things around, we have to hear all of the light, the dark, and in between, and that is the energy of the eclipse. It's not to be feared, but it is most definitely to be honoured and respected, to listen and feel to what waves come through. Kind of be like the hermit today, the hooded man, feeling the energies and communicating kindness and wisdom and stepping into your higher self. Think of the other runes that we can see in Manas. You can see Wunyo meeting, the joy being met in the centre. See it as Gibo, the promise. Another one of Odin's runes, the kind of the kiss we put at the end of the messages, the promise. And Dagaz with legs, transformation with human legs. So on that strange note, I will let you go. Happy new moon, happy eclipse, and you know where to find me if you would like your own reading or to learn with me. Take care, guys, and I'll see you really soon.